जयं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद श्री श्री भक्ति स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 1, Text number 44. Ajasya janmotpatanashanaya Ajasya janmotpatanashanaya कर्माणि ग्रहणाय पुंसाम् कर्माणि कर्तुर्ग्रहणाय पुंसाम् नान्वन्यथा कोऽर्हति देहयोगम् नान्वन्यथा कोऽर्हति देहयोगम् परो गुणानाम् उत कर्मतन्त्रम् परो गुणानाम् उत कर्मतन्त्रम् अजस्य जन्मोत्पतनाशनाय कर्माणि अकर्तुर्ग्रहणाय पुंसाम् नान्वन्यथा कोऽर्हति देहयोगम् परो गुणानामुत कर्मतन्त्रम् अजस्य जन्मोत्पतनाशनाय कर्माण्यकर्तुर्ग्रहणाय पुंसाम् नान्वन्यथा कोऽर्हति देहयोगम् परो गुणानामुत कर्मतन्त्रम् अजस्य जन्मोत्पतनाशनाय कर्माण्यकर्तुर्ग्रहणाय पुंसाम् नान्वन्यथा कोऽर्हति देहयोगम् परो गुणानामुत कर्मतन्त्रम् Ajasya, of the unborn, Janma, appearance, Utpata Nashanaya, for the sake of annihilating the upstarts, Karmani, works, Akartuhu, of one who has nothing to do, Grahanaya, to take up, Pumsam, of all persons, Nanu Anyatha, otherwise, Kaha, who, Arhati, may deserve, Deha Yogam, contact of the body, Paraha, transcendental, Gunanam, of the three modes of nature, Uta, what to speak of, Karma Tantram, the law of action and reaction. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The appearance of the Lord is manifested for the annihilation of the upstarts. His activities are transcendental and are enacted for the understanding of all persons. Otherwise, since the Lord is transcendental to all material modes, what purpose could He serve by coming to earth? Kindly repeat. The appearance of the Lord is manifested for the annihilation of the upstarts. His activities are transcendental and are enacted for the understanding of all persons. Otherwise, since the Lord is transcendental to all material modes, what purpose could He serve by coming to earth? Purport. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. The form of the Lord is eternal, blissful, and all-knowing. His so-called birth is therefore an appearance only, like the birth of the sun on the horizon. His birth does not like that of living entities take place under the influence of material nature and the bondage of the reactions of past deeds. His works and activities are independent pastimes and are not subject to the reactions of material nature. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha iti mam yo bijanati karma bher nasabadhyate. The law of karma enacted by the Supreme Lord for the living entities cannot be applicable to him, nor has the Lord any desire to improve himself by activities like those of ordinary living beings. Ordinary living beings work for the improvement of their conditional life, but the Lord is already full of all opulence, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge and all renunciation. Why should he desire improvement? No one can excel him in any opulence, and therefore the desire for improvement is absolutely useless for him. One should always discriminate between the activities of the Lord and those of ordinary living beings. Thus, one may come to the right conclusion regarding the Lord's transcendental activities, transcendental position. One who can come to the conclusion of the Lord's transcendence can become a devotee of the Lord and can at once be free from all reactions of past deeds. It is said, Karmani nirdahati kintucha bhakti bhajam. The Lord minimizes or nullifies the reactionary influence of the devotee's past deeds. The activities of the Lord are to be accepted and relished by all living entities. His activities are to attract the ordinary man towards the Lord. The Lord always acts in favor of the devotees, and therefore ordinary men who are fruitive actors or seekers of salvation may be attracted to the Lord when he acts as protector of the devotees. The fruitive workers can attain their goals by devotional service, and the salvationists can also attain their goal in life by devotional service to the Lord. The devotees who do not want the fruitive results of their work, nor do they want any kind of salvation, they relish the glorious superhuman activities of the Lord, such as his lifting Govardhan hill and his killing the demon Putana in infancy. The activities are enacted to attract all kinds of men, karmis, jnanis and bhaktas. Because he is transcendental to all laws of karma, there is no possibility of his accepting a form of Maya as is forced on the ordinary living entities who are bound by the actions and reactions of his own deeds. The secondary purpose of his appearance is to annihilate the upstart asuras and to stop the nonsense of atheistic propaganda by less intelligent person. By the Lord's causeless mercy, the asuras who are killed personally by the personality of Godhead get salvation. The meaningful appearance of the Lord is always distinct from ordinary birth. Even the pure devotees have no connection with the material body, and certainly the Lord who appears as he is in his Sachidananda form is not limited by any material form. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Manyana Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurava Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the Lord's transcendental position and his inconceivable nature is glorified by Vidura. The Lord who came to this material world to annihilate the miscreants, but even though the miscreants were creating so many disturbances, the Lord did not take immediate action, whereas he brought all of them into the battlefield of Kurukshetra and at once killed all of them. So the Lord has got a transcendental purpose, plan behind what he does. And the devotee has got full faith that the Lord protects the devotees at any cost. Because the Supreme Lord is very dear to devotees and he is transcendental, he is independent in his action. So here, the transcendental position of the Supreme Lord is glorified. Ajasya Janmotpata Nashanaya. The Lord has appeared for those who are upstarts, Utpata. Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Adi, Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir, Utpata eva kalpas. There also the word Utpata. Utpata. Utpata means upstart, creating disturbance. So, Ajasya Janma, the unborn is born. The Supreme Lord has no birth. He did not appear, he did not take birth, but he takes birth. Utpata Nashanaya, to kill annihilate the upstarts. Karmani akartur grahanaya pumsam. So the Lord has nothing to do. Ajasya janma. Ajasya is unborn, but he is born. Karmani akartur. He has no karma to do, nothing to do, but still he works. Still he does karma. And for what? For attracting all the living entities. Grahanaya pumsam. Otherwise, the Supreme Lord has no benefit in taking up any karma. Para nanu anyatha koharti deha yogam. The Lord has nothing to benefit out of doing those karmas. And deha yogam, he is not possessing any material form. The Supreme Lord is not possessing any material form for all doing any of this karma. And paro gunanam utakarma tantram. Parha. The Supreme Lord is transcendental to the material modes. Gunanam utakarma tantram. The laws of actions and reactions. So, very nicely Vidura has described the Supreme Lord's transcendental position. So the Lord, in Brahma Samhita, it is mentioned, Ishvara, Paramaha, Krishna, Satchidananda. The Supreme Lord's form is Satchidananda Vigraha. That form is eternal, knowledgeable, and Ananda, blissful. In comparison to the living entities, whose current body is Asat, Achit and Nirananda. The Supreme Lord's body is Sachidananda. So, his birth, Ajasya Janma, his birth is also transcendental. His birth is not ordinary birth like any of us. Ordinary living entities are born out of the obligation of their past karma. They are in the bondage of the reactions of the past deeds. They are trying to finish off their imprisonment in the material world. But whereas the Supreme Lord, he is not appearing in this world, or taking birth in this world like the ordinary jivas. It is just like sun who arises in the horizon and the sun sets. The sun always exists. He appears in front of our eyes and disappears in front of our eyes. It is only due to the defective vision, the limited vision that we have got. It appears that sun is arising and sun is setting. But sun is actually never arising and setting. It is always existing. So the Supreme Lord is Sat, is eternal, is unborn. But he appears to be born to our material eyes, defective material eyes. However, is eternal. And he is not coming into this material world to full as a bondage for the reactions of his past deeds. No, he is coming here out of his own sweet will. Atma Mayaya. He is coming here out of his own energy, out of his own sweet will, he comes. And the Supreme Lord, Akarmani Akartur. Karmani Akartur. He is acting, doing many karma, but actually he has nothing to do. There's an Upanishad mantra, For the Lord there is no activities. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. He has nothing to do. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says in 3rd chapter, he has nothing to do. But still he does in order to set example. Yadyadacharati shrestha. So the Lord is acting. It appears that there are many actions, karma he is doing, but they have no reactions. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha. So for the Lord there is no karma. He created karma for the living entities. It's like a father, he may create a law for 10 sons are there, how to utilize the property, father's property. He may create a law. He will say, whoever performs nicely in this year, next year I will give my property. And like that, next year who performs, the next year I will decide whom I should give property. So as per but the father is not under that law. He wants, he can always take away the property and use for his own self. So the Lord created for the living entities, the laws of karma is not applicable to him. Applicable to the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is independent. Neither the Lord has any desire to improve in this material world. Why are we doing any action? Suppose I am studying. Why am I studying? So that I get a good job or good money. Why am I working so hard in company, job or business? I want money to enjoy life. I want to be. So like this, I have got a desire to improve in my life. But for Lord, what is their desire? He is Shadaishwarya Purna. All the opulence already he is possessing. And everyone is seeking opulences from the Supreme Lord. He is blessing opulences to all the living entities. Eko yo bahunam vidadhati kaman. All the desires he is fulfilled. What is the necessity for the Lord? For him, what is the benefit? So, for the Lord there is no desire to improve. And no one, it is not that, if he does not improve, tomorrow someone else will grow beyond him. In the material world, there is a rich man, richest man. Suppose he told nowadays the richest man is so and so person. Now he became richest man doesn't mean that whole of his life he will maintain that position. No. Next moment another fellow may become richest. So there is a competition. So someone else can excel. Therefore, in order to maintain his position of the richest man in the world, he has to work hard to improve his position continuously. If he doesn't work hard to improve his position, he will not be the richest man. So it is not that there is already so many gods and then Krishna is the supreme God now. After some time, some other fellow will become powerful and Krishna has to work hard to maintain his God position. No, there is no one. Kinchidastu Dhananjaya, Krishna is saying, Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidastu Dhananjaya. There is nothing beyond Krishna. That is the position. So why Lord has to do any action? He does not need any action to be done. So then why he performing action? Karmani akartur grahanaya pumsam. He is performing all the activities in order to attract the living entities. He is attracting living entities through the interaction with the devotees, performing so many wonderful pastimes. So that when the ordinary living entities like a karmi or a jnani, he sees that the Lord is protecting, they have a desire, if I also want protection, I should surrender to the Supreme Lord. So Krishna lifted Govardhan hill and protected all the Vrindavan, inhabitants of Vrindavan when they were suffering. Krishna, He arranged the battle of Kurukshetra to protect Pandavas. So like that, Krishna is protecting his devotees, and when we hear these pastimes, and then all the jivas, ordinary jivas, they also, oh, let me seek protection of the Supreme Lord. Let me also, so Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki. So the Lord is attracting the ordinary jivas through his transcendental activities with his devotees. So a fruity worker who wants to improve in his life, he also worships the Supreme Lord. He can also worship the Supreme Lord. Sarvakama, akamo, sarvakamo va, mokshakama. Sarvakama also they can. And mokshakama, he can also worship the Supreme Lord. Salvationist. In order to get impersonal Brahman, he can worship the Supreme Lord. And also devotees. Devotees are naturally worshipping, not because they want any benefit from the Supreme Lord, like the fruity, or neither they want liberation. They are here, they are hearing the pastimes of the Lord and relishing. Mad chitta, mad gata prana, bodhayantascha parasparam, katayantascha mam nitya, tushyanti cha ramanti cha. They are enjoying Krishna's pastimes, discussing about Krishna, they are relishing. So, the Supreme Lord comes to this material world. We don't have any necessity to come, but he comes. And it appears that he is doing all these actions, but all these actions he is performing to attract the jivas, the living entities, towards him. And when the jivas hear those pastimes, they become attracted to the Lord. And Korhati Deha Yogam, the Supreme Lord's form is also transcendental. Because he is transcendental to the laws of karma, he need not have to, his form is also transcendental. He is not forced by the modes of nature or Maya to be born, to take a form. Just like a president, he goes into jail. He is not wearing a Kaidi's Kaidi dress. He is going in his royal attire. A king is going in his royal attire. But whereas a prisoner, the moment he enters into jail, he is given a uniform. The Lord also, when he comes to this material world, he don't have to wear any material body. He comes in his own transcendental form. And then, Paro Gunanam Uta Karma Tantram. The secondary purpose for the Lord's appearance is to annihilate, Nashanaya. The primary purpose is to attract the jivas. He is coming. That is his internal primary purpose. But the secondary purpose is, he is coming to annihilate the upstarts who are creating problem in this material world, peace for the devotees, who are creating problem for the peace for the devotees. So the Lord's appearance is very meaningful. Sometimes they say, Karana Janma. So the Lord's appearance is very meaningful. He comes with a mission, he comes with a purpose. Whereas a jiva, he comes only to finish off his imprisonment. As a part of his imprisonment is coming. He also got mission. This mission is to get imprisoned more. That is his mission. Whereas the Supreme Lord, his mission is to liberate all the living entities back to Godhead. So the Lord's appearance is very meaningful appearance. Out of his causeless mercy, he comes, kills those asuras and gives them the opportunity to get liberated. Out of his causeless mercy, he comes, performs many leelas, attracts the jivas makes them devotees and takes them back to Godhead. So the Lord is very special, transcendental. Paro gunanam uta karma tantram. There is no loss of action there. And then Prabhupada at the end he says, even the pure devotees have no connection with the material body. Just like Lord has no connection with the body. He is transcendental. His form is transcendental. Even pure devotees, they have no connection with the material body. And certainly the Lord who appears as He is in His Achidananda form is not limited by a material form. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha, iti mam yo bijanati, one who knows me in this way, that the Lord is not karma. Sometimes professional reciters, they narrate Krishna's pastime. And they say, because Krishna did like that in that form, therefore it happened in this form like that. They link. Okay, apparently it may be yes. But then Krishna is not bound by such karmas. He accepted that link out of His sweet will, out of His causeless mercy, out of His love for His devotees. The last life, last incarnation, some devotee asked something to the Lord, and Lord fulfilled that in this life, in this incarnation. It is not that loss of karma is there, therefore, because Krishna did like that in his previous incarnation, this incarnation it happened. No, we cannot bound Krishna by any such karma. Krishna is transcendent. The Supreme Lord is transcendent. So, itimam yobi janati, one who knows the Supreme Lord is transcendental, he is not bound by loss of karma, karma birna sapadyate. He is also not bound by karma. That means a devotee who knows Krishna's transcendental position also becomes transcendental. That's what Prabhupada is saying. As no, pure devotee also has no connection with the material body. So Krishna, janma, karma, chame divyam. Krishna, his janma, his karma, me divyam. That's what here it is mentioned. And one who knows that Krishna's his janma and his karma are transcendental, tektva deham punarjanmaneti. He gives up material body, mameti. He don't have to accept another body. He enters into Krishna Loka, Krishna's pastime. Actually, the fourth chapter, entire chapter is to understand the transcendental position of the Supreme Lord and how to understand the transcendental position. The transcendental position, Krishna has created Chaturvarna, but he is not inside the Chaturvarna. You cannot say Krishna also Kshatriya, no? Krishna also Brahmana, no? No. That's why Krishna is clearly saying, Maya Srishtam, I created, but Viddhi Akartaram, I am not one of them. I am not part of the Varnashrama. Krishna is transcendental. He is not part of the Varna. So, actually that entire beginning verses establish Krishna's transcendental position. Even Arjuna asks, how can I believe that you preached Bhagavad Gita initially to Sun God, both of us born together, and Vivaswan is born previous to you, he is very much elder to you. So then Krishna explains, both of us have taken birth many, many times, but all those times, whatever I have done in my previous lives, I remember, you do not remember. So that clearly gives a distinct difference between an ordinary jiva and a Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord remembers because he does not change his body. But whereas the ordinary jiva, he keeps on changing different bodies. And the body is gone, memory also lost. So, therefore here Prabhupada is mentioning, we have to study the Supreme Lord by understanding the difference between the Lord and the Jivas. The difference between the Jivas and the Supreme Lord, we can understand the transcendental position of the Supreme Personality of God. So Krishna says, Bahuni me vetidani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veta. I remember all my previous lives. But you have forgotten all of them. You do not remember. And Krishna keeps coming, but whenever he comes in his Atma Mayaya, same form he comes. With his own sweet will he appears. So like this, Krishna's transcendental form, transcendental position, if we are able to understand, and thus in the 4th chapter, initially Krishna describes about his transcendental position, and then later on he speaks about how to achieve that transcendental position by performance of various kinds of sacrifices. Grihastha should perform this sacrifice. A person who is Ashtanga yogi, he should perform certain sacrifice. And Brahmachari is supposed to perform sacrifice of hearing the Supreme Lord's glories, chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord. That's in the 4th chapter. He offers his power of hearing to the Supreme Lord. That sacrifice, the performance of that sacrifice, he is able to understand the transcendental position of the Supreme. And by describing all of that, it may appear very difficult, then Krishna gives a very simple formula to understand his transcendental position. What is that? Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Krishna says, just surrender unto me. Prabhupada translate, just surrender to those pure devotees. Because they have seen the truth, they will be able to show you the truth. And very easily you will be able to understand. Tad, what is that? Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti tad jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. You will be able to see the truth position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janma Karma Chame Divyam Tattvataha. That Tattvataha we can understand simply by surrendering to a pure devotee who has seen the truth and inquiring from him. So that's what is. So in one purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, both Arjuna and Lord Sri Krishna are described here in an angry mood. So, Arjuna is very angry on Ashwatthama because Ashwatthama has killed last 5 sons of Pandavas. And he has, over and above that, he has released Brahmastra also. So Arjuna is very angry. And along with Arjuna, Krishna also is there. So Krishna also very angry. So the verse says that Arjuna with his eyes as red as burning copper. Copper, if you burn, it becomes red. Metal, it becomes very red, hot. So Arjuna's eyes are red like copper, red hot like copper. Krishna's eyes is mentioned as, Krishna's eyes as Padma, like a lotus flower. So Prabhupada is saying, both Arjuna and Krishna, Lord Krishna, are described here in as angry mood. Arjuna also angry, Krishna also angry. But Arjuna's anger, and Arjuna's eyes were like the balls of a red copper, whereas the eyes of the Lord are like lotuses. So the verse, see, this is very subtle. You will not be able to make out this analysis directly if you read the shloka. The shloka says, Arjuna burning with red copper eyes, and Arjuna, Lord Krishna with lotus eyes. Like that. So no one is, but Prabhupada so picks out that point. Why Arjuna is described as having red copper eyes and Krishna has lotus eyes. Yeah? This means that the angry mood of Arjuna and that of the Lord are not on the same level. Arjuna's becoming angry and Krishna's becoming angry. They are not same. Someone may comment, Lord also becomes angry. Huh? Then what is his transcendental position? Krishna also butter thief. Krishna also. No, it may appear. An ordinary materialistic person may also do butter thief. Krishna also is butter thief. But then the Lord's activities are transcendental. Janma karma chame divyam. How? Platform appears same, but reactions are different. That we can see here. Whereas Arjuna's eyes are red like copper ball. But whereas Krishna's eyes are still like a lotus flower only. That's why we see pictures of Krishna, even if he is killing demons, smilingly he is killing demons. No pressure in his face. Lord is very peacefully. The Lord is transcendence, and thus he is absolute in any stage. His anger is not like the anger of a conditioned living being within the modes of qualitative material nature. His anger, the Supreme Lord's anger, is not because of Rajoguna or Tamoguna. Generally our anger is because of Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Kamaesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhavaha. It is because of influence of Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Now, Lord is also angry means, let's say Mayavadis, no, they don't accept Lord can be angry. Because the moment you say Lord can be angry means Rajoguna is acting on him. Rajoguna acting, but Lord is Nirguna. He is having no gunas. So then how? So Lord cannot be angry. That Krishna what you are seeing is not the real Krishna. Krishna is Parabrahman. That's why they give some their own understanding. Because they are unable to figure out how Parabrahman can be angry. Who is Nirguna? Gunas cannot influence him. That means there cannot be any anger in him. So, this is not the Vaishnava understanding. Vaishnava understanding is that the Lord is angry not because of Rajoguna. That is his absolute nature. Therefore, the reaction of his anger is different than the reaction of the anger of an ordinary jiva who has got anger because of Rajoguna. Because he is absolute, both his anger and pleasure are the same. His anger is not exhibited in the three modes of material nature. It is only a sign of his bent of mind towards the cause of his devotee, because that is his transcendental nature. What is the transcendental nature? That he is seeing his devotees are suffering, and that is the original anger that he has got. Whenever devotees are suffering, whenever any upstart creates a disturbance to the devotee, the Lord becomes very angry on him. So it is only a sign of his bent of mind towards the cause of his devotee, because that is his transcendental nature. Even though the Lord is equal to all, but still he is bent towards the devotees. Slightly bent. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshasti na priya etu bhajanti maam bhakt te chapyaham. I am very, but still I am favoring my devotees, Krishna says. Therefore, even if he is angry, the object of anger is blessed. He is unchanged in all circumstances. So even if the Lord is angry, the object of anger also becomes blessed. There is a pastime that one devotee in Jagannath Puri, he sees some offering has gone wrong. So the devotee chastises the other devotee who has done that offering. So in the night, Lord Jagannath comes in his dream, and in the dream he beats him. You are chastising my devotee, tapa tapa tapa, he beats. So he suddenly wakes up and he sees his face is swollen. Initially he is little upset. What is this? Lord is beating me. But then after some time he is smiling. Lord is beating me. Lord is angry on me. That is a blessing. Lord is having some attention on me. Otherwise he would have thought, best fellow, I don't want to bother about him. He could have thought like that. But he is not thinking like that. The Lord is attentive. Oh, you should not. So he is attentive. So he became very happy that the Lord is attentive. So the Lord's anger is actually a blessing on the jiva. That is because that is the so that is the understanding of transcendental position of the Lord. Practical application. Not that Lord is angry, now therefore my life is upset. No, his anger is also transcendental. Whatever the Supreme Lord does is good for me. Sometimes we think something that is coming to me favorably is very good. That time we say, God is very nice. God is blessing me. Very wonderful God. And sometimes unfavorable things come, or what is favor is taken away, or not given. I am desiring, I want a good mobile, I am not getting. I wanted something, Lord is not giving. And sometimes we think, oh, maybe Lord is not blessing me. No, this is also blessing. What Lord is giving is a blessing. What Lord is not giving is also blessing. And what Lord is taking away is also blessing. That is the understanding of transcendental position of the Lord. Practical understanding. If we think that the Lord giving is blessing, Lord taking away is not blessing. So you are thinking the Lord is also material. Just like a materialistic person, if he gives, we are added. If he takes away, we are minus, we are loss. But whether the Lord gives, does not give, or takes away, always it is profit only. 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. Provided it is the Supreme Lord interaction. So that's a transcendental position of the Supreme Lord. And by surrendering to a pure devotee and engaging in his service, and by proper inquiry, we can all understand the Supreme Lord's transcendental position. Otherwise it is not possible. Any questions? ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की